Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, YouTube land? Welcome, welcome. You guys are watching not live. Welcome, guys. We're just doing a live stream here. We're going to be doing our 400k CVC prep here for day one. Obviously, not 400k on day one, but we'll set up nicely. Hopefully, you guys are doing good. And welcome, everyone watching live. Hopefully you guys are having a good day so far. It is 3:30 in the morning for me, so I'm just waking up. How's everybody doing? What's up, Ethan? What's up, Connor Wicks? Cryptic, what's up? Alessandro, good morning. Hello, everybody watching live. Hopefully you guys are having a good CVC. We're just going to be chilling here, doing our CVC stuff. We're up against Czech Republic 2. I love this name, by the way, Czech Republic 2. But I think this should be a win. Pretty easy win, I think. Don't want to underestimate them. Anything cool here? We got Hex gear, immunity gear, which is so useless, and a crit damage gear. Pretty useless stuff. I don't know. Anyways, let's jump into it. Good morning. I will be playing a second account on the side, so if you guys see me looking around, that's what I'm doing. I just started the final leg of the Marius missions. Haven't been really paying too much attention to this, just because I run two accounts, so I lose track of things sometimes, and it's a big energy sink, and I basically just stopped myself from spending a lot of energy on that stuff because I'll get them eventually. I'm energy capped right now because I just picked up my login, so I'm capped, but we can do some Iron Twin stuff here just to get rid of it. This is my new Iron Twins team. Not fully optimized, not my fastest team, but it's 100% team, so I'm just going to do it. Anyone know what tier CVC gives 6-star accessories reaction? I think tier 5 gives you epic pieces. Yeah, tier 5 gives epic pieces. I'm not sure about tier 4. Bro, are you up against your... We are up against your clan? You got some heavy hitters? Yeah. What's up, Mugen? Yeah, our clan is very heavy hitting. I think they're like overall player power is like ranked 10th. So really big accounts on the team for sure. Yeah. It's, you know, it's going to be your standard, 400k plus clan, plus, you know how it is, plus more. We can open up some chests here, see what we get. This is my second account. Oh, that's almost good. Oh my goodness. If I get a triple crit rate, is it worth using? Maybe for this account it might be worth using. This one. Okay, clan quests. Make sure you guys grab your clan quests. I always forget that clan quest stuff. My selfish clan mates always take the good clan quest first. I'm just kidding. They're not selfish, but I always call them selfish. I guess this one's the easiest one. Fire Knight. Oh no. Decreased defense, classic arena battle. I don't use decreased defense anymore, so it's actually not that not that easy. I just want some easy brainless ones. Decreased defense on the boss in the Fire Knight. Do I run decreased defense? I guess I do. I'm going to be running the Epic Fire Knight tournament. And that's going to be, doing Dungeon 20. Hey, we got energy. That's kind of nice. Book here. Pick up the book for this account. Accuracy charms are good. And 6-star gear is good. Pick up some 6-star gear. And we'll wait for the energy there. All right. So See here. I guess we're doing the tag team. Tag team. Yep. How's everybody doing today? So obviously tag team's the most efficient way of getting points. So we'll do that first since it's time gated by the reset. So we'll do that, wait 15 minutes and then reset. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you. We'll have a great stream. I'm excited to stream today. I missed last week's stream. I fell asleep or I was slept in, so I'm excited to stream today. I'm excited to play actually because I didn't play all day, mainly because it's CVC, so I usually sleep a little bit early and then wake up for CVC and then I start doing all my dailies. My time zone schedule is not lined up with, you know, Plarium or CVC start, so excited to play. What's up, Xander? What's up, James Fox? How are you guys doing? Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. I guess for you guys it would be lunchtime. European time would be lunchtime. What's up, Tony? Loser, I haven't commented on any of your vids, but you have helped me on my account so much. Thanks, bro. Hey, appreciate you coming here and telling me that, man. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm happy. I love helping people, and if I can help, I will try my best. So you're very welcome. What's up, Mace? Mace AR. What's up, dude? Doing our grind here. No RSL helper today. No optimizer today for myself. So using up those multi battles in these trying times. What's up, John? How are you? All right. No luck today from the Iron Twins. Mission done. Oh man, I'm energy capped again. Clear 15 or higher of Sand Devil 10 times. So 10, that's 200 energy. Sure, I guess. Let's do, actually, let's pick up the quest first before they're all gone. Anything? Guess we're doing Fire Knight. Dragon. Guess we're doing Dragon. Guess we're doing Dragon. Same thing here. Accuracy charms before I forget. 6-star gear before I forget. Legendary book. All right. Oh, right. We're doing tag team. Sorry. Tag team. Hopefully the problem was a cheat engine. Hey, Mike. How are you? AK Nub. How are you? Yeah, I think, you know, obviously, like, we never know what people are doing on, you know, behind the scenes, right? So it definitely could be cheat engine, could be bot, could be something we have no idea, you know. You never know. But a lot of times you see this kind of situation is like they always claim innocence. They claim innocence, but it's hard to say for sure. But I think for a content creator to make a false claim like that, it's really putting themselves out there, because they could really like nuke themselves, right, with negative publicity, especially if it's ever found out that they were lying or they made up a story. So I feel like the original content creator that kind of, you know, created the thread or let everybody know that they got banned really put themselves out there. So I do think that does provide a level of credibility, but it could also just be for attention too. We never truly know. Multis will be gold if we can't use RSL anymore. Yeah. That's why I save it. Save it all as like thousands of multi battles. I basically think about it like, oh, what if I'm on a trip, you know? What if I'm on a trip and I want to save my multi battles? But of course, like I wouldn't just use the multi battles like without reason, I think. Thanks again for helping me on my clan boss team yesterday. No problem, man. I heard about the bans. It seemed there are a lot of people affected. I saw 3 separate incidences yesterday. I don't know if it's because one person started talking about it and then everybody started talking about it. But the 3 that I looked into seemed credible. Like in terms of like, yes, they are more real, like realistic. Whether they had like additional things on the side, like we will never know. But they all claim to not. We never know. But even if there's like a 1% chance, and even if it was a mistake, like I fully believe that Helper and Optimizer are, you know, fully okayed by Plarium. But even if it was like a mistake on Plarium's end, where they're looking into things and then they caught something by accident or that they weren't supposed to, I don't even want to go down that route with Plarium, because trying to get anything settled through Plarium support is a freaking gong show. So I would try my best to avoid, you know, getting into situations like that with Plarium. So even if it's a 1% chance, I'd rather not. I can live without both for a day or two. You know what I mean? What's up, Nick? How are you? You got my first secret out of the box. Oh, awesome. That's great, man. Yeah, it feels good, right? Nightmare Clan Boss. Or Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Refreshed my tag team and got 8 out of 10 one-man defense in Silver 4. Hey, people coordinating. You love to see it. In the lower ranks, people coordinate. I'm in Gold 4. Everyone knows the business. But Silver 4, it's kind of a crapshoot. Walk softly. Plarium carries a big stick. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's all I can control, right? Like for my own account, like that's what I can control. And I don't want to be like, you know, panic. I don't want to like panic people, you know. I don't want to panic people. But I think people need to at least be aware of the situation, and then they can make their own decision, right? Some people don't care. But for me, I definitely care, so I don't want to get into any kind of mess that will disrupt things. Where would you recommend early to mid-game user energy when there isn't a champ training for dungeon tourneys? Masteries. Masteries would be the first thing. So if you have any of your key champions that require masteries, after that, you'd be making food. I would be making food. Because the thing that comes out of dungeons isn't really gear. It's mostly silver that comes out of dungeons. So when you farm food in the beginning is especially important, because food is basically like a permanent resource, because it's going to build a champion in the future. So in the beginning, you don't have a lot of food. You need to build champions to build out your roster. So therefore, building food gives you permanent resource. Whereas farming a dungeon for gear, for example, the odds of you getting a piece of gear that's usable is not very high. Even for a brand new player, it's not going to be very high. Most of your good gear will come from crafts, even in the beginning. So you'll be using like 5-star crafts and all that stuff. So I would farm food, you know, do some brutal campaign or whatever. If you want to try to farm some gear while you're farming food, you can farm the speed campaign level. I think level 6. You can look for some speed gear there. But yeah. How many sacreds do you roughly get per month from Clan Boss? I think the math is 10. About 10 if you do a double chest Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare per day. So if you get 4 chests per day, I think the math is about 10. Might be 10 to 12, but I believe it's about 10. It's easy to check with math, but yeah, it's about 10. So for me personally, I've had months where I've gotten like 20, and that's just from clan boss. So, you know, and I've heard of people getting like 3 or 4 a month. It's RNG, right? But at the end of the day, you're probably going to end up with a couple extra if you're able to do like Doom Tower, Tag Team. Like if you're in Gold Tag Team, you have access to 1 Sacred a month. You get 1 Sacred a month from your monthly logins. You get 1 Sacred, I believe at least 1 Sacred a month from Doom Tower. So you're going to be picking up some Sacreds along the way. Hey, what's up, Mocha? Welcome, welcome. Are you doing Epic Champs Fire Night event? Yes. Yes, I am. I will be. You know, for my account, 2750 points for chance at a, you know, big soul, for example, is still worth it for me. Mainly because energy doesn't really yield much for me, and a big soul would be a big boost for myself personally, so I'm definitely going for it. I'm farming, I think, hard 5 right now with Epic Team. I didn't really look too much into it, but I just slapped some champions together and hard 5 seems pretty good. I tried logging in this morning and I was banned for 30 days. I don't even use RSL. All I use is HH Optimizer. Oh my god. Oh man, so first of all, sorry to hear that. Second of all, Hell Hades came to my video. So you guys don't know, I released a video basically highlighting some situations that's been happening in the last day or so about people getting banned for using RSL, potentially, I say this potentially, RSL Helper and HH Optimizer. Hell Hades came to my video and said that he's 99.9% sure that it's not the optimizer because they don't do any kind of injected material into the game. So for you to say that you got banned for 30 days for just using the optimizer, it directly counters what Hell Hades is saying. If that is the case, I suggest that you bring this up with the Hell Hades group so that they can look into it further, because it's actively being investigated by Farbastov, which is the RSL Helper creator, and Hell Hades team himself. So definitely let them know, and then if you can provide any information to them, you know, might be helpful. I honestly think it's maybe a mistake from Plarium's end. Maybe they did something new and now they're picking up something that they weren't picking up before, and it's giving like false positives or something. I'm especially tracking my shards and books. I've been tracking since January 1st, 2024. Yeah, I mean, RSL Helper was very good at tracking the shards too, but not going to use it today. What do you think of them putting 2-star pools in the pool? You know, it's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty bad. It's not a good event for everybody because not everybody can efficiently do the event. And then if you think about it as like 3,000 energy for a 2-star soul, you know, some accounts can't stomach that, right? Because they're not going to farm Fire Knight 20. Like personally, if I'm stuck farming Fire Knight 20, I probably wouldn't, like for a new account, I don't know if Fire Knight 20 gear doesn't help your account, I wouldn't bother farming Fire Knight 20, I think, just for this soul. I think the odds are very low. But like I said, energy is not worth that much for like super late game accounts, I think. So for a super late game, they're of course going to do it, because just converting energy into like a soul it's okay. But for an early game account that really needs some guaranteed value, if you can't get value from Fire Knight 20, then I don't think this is worth doing. But if you're farming Fire Knight 20 anyways, and you can use 5-star gear from Fire Knight 20, then getting the soul as a extra reward is nice. But for me, I'm solely kind of doing it for the soul. And because I can do Fire Knight 5, I do pick up a little bit of gear, which kind of seems a little bit more worth it. But of course, I have to spend more energy too in Fire Knight Hard 5. You have 60 shakers this year so far. That's about right. I mean, we have, you know, it's June 18th. June 18th, about 10 per month. That's about right. Is that just clan boss? Only clan boss? Not including other things, right? So demotivating watching these gold tag team defenses. Yeah. 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 People are more coordinated, right? When you're higher up. Because then obviously like you can't really like be lazy and like sneak up into these higher gold tiers. So everyone here is super active. Do you think 5 Neldors can take down Fire Knight 10? Yeah, I think so. It'll probably just take forever. I actually don't have a Neldor built on my main account, so I couldn't try Neldor. But I think Neldor should be pretty good. I use Creodin instead. I don't have a Neldor, unfortunately. Let's see. Sorry, just catching up on chat. Stuck on Spider Dungeon 14 auto. Any guide, please? I mean, if you're progressing through Spider, you're basically just bringing AoEs, right? So you bring your best damage dealers, AoE damage dealers. Once you get into like turn meter control champions, yeah, Spider is too specific. Honestly, you just need certain elements. You can AoE nuke the spiderlings and the big spider until probably like Spider 16, 17. After that, you need like certain mechanics to be able to pass the spider, like turn meter control, or a way to soak up the spiderling damage, like UDK or something, or like yeah. I just used optimizer RSL, nothing happened. I mean, it's not gonna happen right away. You know, I don't think you're gonna get blocked off right away. So there's an RSL update this morning. Yeah, he commented. I saw Farbstop did comment. He said that, you know, he's actively communicating with Plarium, and all their features are okay. So basically, he's just saying what we know. But it's been 24 hours since, you know, since this has first been reported by the first user, and they haven't really offered any other info besides, you know, the stuff that we already know. So which one will be least likely to die to this Siegfried? Probably this guy, right? Yeah, I think we're okay. Almost full inventory of artifacts and do not know what to sell. I've sold every artifact that has flat step. Do you know what to sell? What else to sell? It's going to be dependent on your account, right? But what you want to do is basically look at the sets that you have, and then look at the stats on the gear that you have, and then say like, hey, do these stats make sense with this set? Like, for example, if you have bolster gear, for example, and you have like attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, it's probably not a good piece of bolster gear, right? You know what I mean? So just make sure the stats correlate with the gear. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to like individually go through them. Pieces of gear that get cleaned pretty easily are like resistance pieces, defense percentage, boots, defense percentage, gloves, and chests usually get cleaned pretty easily, because usually you prefer HP percentage over defense percentage, except for nukers, of course. But I would say defense percentage gloves get cleaned probably pretty easily. But yeah, there's a lot of info here. I don't really want to talk about it too much. In the message I mentioned reason for ban, I think optimizer refers to the game optimizers such as speeding up the game, not the HH optimizer. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I suggest watching some gear cleanse videos. Yep. Shout out to my wife, Riza. I pulled Supreme Gaelic, and I think it's a good option for my Hydra team instead of Artak. Supreme Gaelic has the AoE block buffs, right? Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, he's really good. Also 292 Ancients just from Clan Boss. So what's that? That's like 50 a month? That's about right. That's about right. What's up, Alex? What's up, man? Welcome. Do you know if we will Champ Chase this weekend? Just wondering if holding Incarnate. No, we just had Champ Chase. It shouldn't be back-to-back Champ Chase. I think that's pretty consistent that Plarium does. They don't really do back-to-back same event. So it should be a summon event. I'm going to pull Incarnate for CVC. So that's my thinking anyways. Alright, so I'm almost done everything. Let's see. You could definitely lose to this these duels. Sometimes if you're not careful, you definitely lose to these duels. This is gonna be a tough against these two. All right, whatever. All right, let's finish off this Incarnate fusion here, so I can summon Slickus. $1,000 points. All right, I think I'm gonna be done here. I got 4. Yep. Blast through this 4. Most of your ancient and void charts don't actually come from Clan Boss. 40% of them do. That is probably somewhat accurate. I say 40% is kind of low. I would expect a little bit more, but maybe ancients. Ancients, you do pick up quite a bit from events. You also, you pick up a 5 from the shop. You can buy them every week in tag team. So that's like 9 right there. And then you pick them up from events. Events seem pretty regular for ancient shards, yeah. Guess I'll be pulling and booking Mikage today. Alright, congrats. She's super fun. Can I keep one Slickus for future champ chase, or would it vanish once the fusion ends? I think the epic you can keep. The epic you can keep for future champion chase. Actually, I'm fairly certain you can. Only the fusion, the incarnate fusion will expire. But the fragments you can keep. I'm capped on some of this stuff here. He pulled 11 Sacred Shards. I didn't get Trunda. I got Pixniel, Lady Kimi, Achimal for my Lady Mikage Fusion. Oh, that's pretty good, man. Getting the Mikage Epic is huge. She's a great champion. I got Valkanen. Is he worth booking? Personally, Valkanen was offered as a void guarantee back in the day. About a year ago? More than a year ago, 1.5 years ago. And well, maybe it was a year ago. Not too sure. Anyways, I passed on it. I said, no, he's not worth it. To be honest, like, yeah, he was offered as a guarantee and I said, no, he's not worth it. If I pulled him today, I would be like, nope, I'm not booking him out. Like, that's for me personally, but like, obviously, like, some accounts, Vulcan would be very good. He's actually a very good Hydra champion too. But yeah, for me, it's not worth it. Buy the tag avatar, good value. I really don't. I mean, I could, but I just use the same avatar, man. Just got Endla left for Mikage for months. I refused to whale out on the events. Yeah, I got Mikage very early because I whaled out for the epics right away. There was I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a hero's path for like 2 of the epics plus the legendary, and I basically said to myself, okay, Mikage is actually going to do something for my account. I'm going to get these epics while the getting is good. So went for all of them. Well, not all of them, but I went for the ones that I needed. I had some really bad luck in that event because I pulled the epic just before the final shard that would have given me the threshold for the epic. So yeah, it was really bad luck. I remember that. But I got Mikage very early. So, and she's been great. So I don't regret, pulling for her at all, because you never know when you're going to get epics. Like, if you guys followed my channel for like the last year or whatever, year and a half, I didn't have Geomancer for, I think I didn't have Geomancer for like 3 years. I recently just pulled Geomancer, so you never know when you're going to get these, get those epics. You have in Senza, Fallman, Wixwell, Razovark, Brago, Visix, and Rathlow's full masteries, but sadly unbooked. I will book 2 of them CVC. Which one will be on your choice? It depends what you're doing. It honestly depends what you're doing. So based on like a list of champions, like you can't really determine what you want to do with your books, because like for example, some champions might work without books, for what you're using them for. You know what I mean? But yeah, it depends what you want to do, man. Vulcan is incredible damage dealer in Hydra. He has some niche arena use. Yeah, he does do really good arena damage. So honestly, it depends on your account. Like a lot of these questions are just, it depends on your account. So, if people give you like a straight answer, it's, they're not thinking of the whole account picture, I think. Because for someone to give you a proper answer, they have to look at your whole account. Got Jing Wan from my void shards. Is he worth building? I don't think so. Sorry for your loss, I think. You need Endala. It seems most need Delaja, Vigan, or Ilicinia. George is so OP. Yeah, he's okay. He's fun. My George is okay geared. Yeah, I mean, he would be like my fourth nuker on this account in terms of gear. Sometimes he hits, like if his passive doesn't go off, he actually doesn't hit that good. Oh shit. But maybe that's just my Georgid. It's just a weak sauce Georgid. But I like him because he cuts through Stone Skin. He's actually not that good against Taras, so I'm not gonna do that one. Just working down my resources here. Hydra focused, booking Halsring, Razovarg, and Varl the CVC. Those are some good champions for Hydra. I recently just finished a video on Halsring. I probably upload it today, but Halsring really solid, was quite impressive. And then I was like, oh man, I can't wait to level up and book this guy and play with this guy. So I go back onto my live account server, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have him. They gave it to me on the test server, and I don't freaking have him on the live server. But yeah, Halsring, yeah, like that'll tell you guys something. If I'm like gonna build him out myself on my main account, that tells you something that he's probably worth investing in. So Halsring definitely. Multiple SS kind of makes him worse in this meta. Yeah, I do like him because he does go through SS, which kind of saves time for like this farming stuff. But yeah, multiple SS does shut him down a little bit. Any build recommendation for Razovarg? All my Razovargs are built in Savage gear, just for extra damage. He gets lots of turns. He doesn't have like insane multipliers, but he gets lots of turns. So if you give him damage, then his turns will translate into more damage, of course. But like, look at this team. Like, it's all freaking Stone Skin. I just pulled Marichka, this 2x Void. What gear should I use for PvP content? Nice, congratulations. Marichka is insane. It's either going to be bolster set or stone skin. Most likely it's going to be stone skin. So you just want super fast, super tanky stone skin. Previously it was bolster gear as well, but bolster has fallen off the meta because Narcissus exists. So Narcissus shut down a lot of the bolster stuff. But you can't, I think bombs are a challenge, but I think you still go for 6-piece stone skin. These are some crappy rewards. I've had holes ring in my vault for ages. Thanks for the heads up. Get them out, dust them off. Yep. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Like I said, I'm gonna probably upload a video today, just doing my showcase for Hydra. But he surprised me for sure. So definitely worth it if you guys have holes ring. Definitely very good champion. All right, we can chill a little bit. Love your content. Thanks, man. Thank you guys. Cheers. Good morning. Here's my coffee for the morning. Actually, it's old coffees, but day old cold coffee. It's fine for me. Yeah, welcome guys. We're just gonna chill here. If you guys are interested in popping by and connecting with me outside of YouTube and stuff like that, I do have my own Discord. We do mainly giveaways and stuff like that on the Discord as well. So if you guys are interested, I'll drop the link here in the description, or I'll drop the link here if I can find my Discord link. Copy link. Ooh, that's not a good link. Ooh. Sorry. I'm not very savvy. Send a server link to a friend. Never expire. Do I want to do that? If I generate a never expired link, will that override the previous never expired link? Does anybody know? I'm talking about Discord here. Sorry, I'm fumbling around a little bit here. Sorry, let me find the link for you guys. Okay, here we go. Clean link, guys. Both links will exist. Okay, thank you. Okay, anyways, guys, if you guys are interested, here's my Discord link. Pop on by. That's how you guys can connect with me outside of YouTube and all that stuff. We also do mainly giveaways. You know, I announce stuff if you guys are interested. And yeah, we just generally chill or whatever. Looking to grow the Discord a little bit, so if you guys are interested, pop on by. But yeah, we will have a giveaway actually in a couple days. And it will be announced on my Discord. So if you guys want to pop by, get involved in the giveaway. We do monthly giveaways and all that stuff. Perks of being a content creator. Brazilian here. Love your videos. Thank you, man. Welcome, Brazilian. Looking forward to your upload to gear him up. Sounds good. All coffee is decent coffee. I agree. Any news on the helper optimizer? What you posted yesterday? No update. Farbstuff did respond. He basically just said what we already know, which is Plarium okays all the features and that he's in constant communication with Plarium. However, Farbstuff haven't really. He basically said that 24 hours ago. So to me, it's no new information, but he did respond, and they did release an update today, coincidentally. But I think it's just a coincidence. Do we know what gear set next battle pass will contain? I have no idea. It's a rotation, right? So I assume, no idea. to be honest, I think they're releasing too many gear sets. Like there's too much stuff going on in this game. Like it's too much stuff, too much inconsistencies. They're not consistent with a lot of stuff. Like the abilities on some of the champions, they're like very inconsistent. The things like how gear sets work, they're starting to run into problems with how gear sets work. And yeah, there's just too much. There's too much fluff in this game, right? I pulled an Angar. Is he worth building up? I'm free to play 4 years into my account. I would probably say no. Yeah, I'd probably say no, especially spending books and stuff. He's a damage dealer, right? So you kind of need him to do damage, meaning you kind of need him to have books. I would say no. Yo, I just pulled Krisk. Hope he helps me with Hydra. Yes, congratulations. Chris is one of the best Hydra champions in the game, so he will certainly help you in Hydra. Until you review links and then choose to remove one or both. Until you remove one or both. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I'm glad. So the links will be active if I set it to never. Okay. Raids but no Asheron's call. I think it's about time I head back to Dureth. Not too sure. Sorry, I don't know these games. Ew, look at this 5-minute team. What happened? Wasting time here. All right, let's check out the action over here. Okay, all done. You guys can check out my CVC battle here. This one is probably going to be a blowout for us, I think. Have you played with Elder Scar? He might surprise you in Hydra. I did. Elder Scar was my first legendary ever. I ever pulled in this entire game on all my accounts. He was my first legendary ever. I vaulted him for a long time, but he helped me clear Spider 19. And that was kind of the only time I played with him. But I've seen some coverage on him in Hydra, and he does really, really good. He's also one of the few champions that can do AoE HP burn without any books. So if you need him for AoE HP burn, he doesn't need any books and he can still do it. So I think he's really good for that. They should merge down some sets, make all life pieces immortal pieces. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what they can do about that stuff. Like I understand you get some filler sets, but some of that stuff is so redundant and terrible. They definitely could do something with that. Let's see. I would say next Forge Pass, the defense and AoE reduction one. Oh, Defiant set? Yeah, maybe. Haven't seen that in a while. Do you think I should hold my shards for 10x events or 2x chance? It depends on your account, man. Depends on your account. Like if I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know your account progress. I don't know what your roster looks like. I would recommend for earlier mid-game players to wait for 2x because you get 16% chance at epics. Like that's just general advice, right? Because epics are good. You don't necessarily need legendaries, and epics can help progress your account maybe better than legendaries in some areas because they require epic books. Legendaries require legendary books, and it's very hard for early game to get legendary books. Is Whirlum worth building nowadays? Whirlum is kind of like an average, below average champion. I think he has decreased accuracy AoE, but I don't think he brings enough to be worth building. I think for any progress level. But I would imagine that if you were like a newer account and he was like your only Lego, he'd obviously still be okay. But I would imagine that he doesn't bring enough to last in your roster for a long time. So you probably won't get too much value out of him. So I would probably say no. Or at least use him without any books. You can build him to 60, but I would maybe not book him out. Probably end of the month or beginning next month. New logins as well if we go by the past rotation of login champions. Honestly, I expect something to happen like today or tomorrow. Like look at this calendar. Look at this. Like they have nothing lined up for us tomorrow. Nothing. And usually when they hold back a lot like usually when they hold back a lot of events and they drop a lot of events at once, it's usually something big. So to me, I think tomorrow after CVC, maybe they'll announce some kind of big event that drops a lot of different events all at once. So my guess is probably going to be a Titan event. It could be for a soul, it could be for a soul, but I think it's going to be something nicer than a soul because the incarnate fusion is just not very good. So expecting people to go ham for the incarnate's 5-star soul, like I don't think people give a shit about the 5-star soul, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's going to be a big event, probably maybe today. Maybe they drop some news today. Maybe they start releasing the events, but I think it's probably going to be after CVC, just because CVC, they don't need people to increase activity during CVC, but after CVC, I expect them to have some big events for sure. That's usually how they work their calendar. Look at Curse Cities, so many epics. Yep. How do you have 2 RSL apps open? So basically what you do is you open Player and Play. So you have Player and Play. You have Player and Play open. What you want to do is go to your task manager, your PC task manager. You close Player and Play, and then you open it again. After you open it, you can switch your accounts and then click Play again. And then you can have as many Player and Play windows open as you want. And it's super smooth, right? So I run 2 of them. You can run as many as you want that your computer can handle. But they run super smooth, way better than BlueStacks. Like BlueStacks is just total garbage compared to this. You gonna forge lethal? Yes, I will forge lethal. Maybe not today on stream, but I will forge lethal. Do you reckon Syl, Untouched, Skytouch, Shaman, Farrakhan, Bowler, and Haikatoon can clear Barb faction without too much investment? 100%. Syl can do it with 4 food champions. If your Syl is insane, you can bring like 4 level 40s with Syl and she can do it. It'll just take forever, but she's so incredibly strong. Because yeah, your food will die first and then Syl will just carry. Like revive everyone, stun everybody. But yeah, if you have Syl, you're good. Barb is easy. Barb's one of the easiest one because of Syl, to be honest. Do we know what champions will be on tomorrow's Progressive Chance? Yes, we do. It's going to be Glacius or Glacade, sorry. Sorry, let me bring up the Discord stuff. It's going to be Glacade. Glacade of the Meltwater, Eostrid, Elva, Archbishop Pinfroy, Warlord, and Senna Amberheart. Those are the progressives for tomorrow. Expecting something as well. I really like the calendar, by the way. Good communication, of course, could always be better, but it's something. Yes, I do like the calendar as well. Yeah. I'm trying to replicate your UNM team with DPS 124 speed, 2 buff extenders, shield sets. My comp: Valerie, Anchorite, Claude, Katoon, Rathalos. Do you think I'll make it? No. That team only works because of Wixwell. So Wixwell is the 100% irreplaceable champion on that team. Can you save the soul fragments like you save with Prism shards? I don't think so, because the soul fragments? Sorry, which soul fragments are we talking about? Have to be 100% sure what you're talking about. Bit of a long question. 20 days in, overwhelmed. Other than farmable rares, which champion should I 6-star? Seas, Aina, Ugo, Skrank, sorry, Claude, Adlin, Wukong. Man, you got a lot of champions for 20 days. I guess, yeah, Spender or whatever. So first of all, you need to 6-star your campaign farmer. So somebody that can farm campaigns so you can make more chickens, make more food. So the only champion there that kind of makes sense is Wukong. And Wukong's a great champion anyway, so you never feel bad about your investment. After Wukong, I would probably 6-star Ugo as AoE decreased defense. She also brings like a leech, which is really good for like clan boss. She also brings a heal and a cleanse. So Wukong and Ugo would be the two that I would focus on. Ugo does require, Wukong needs legendary books to do more damage. So if you have legendary books, put it in him. You won't regret it. He works without books, but for him to do more damage, you want him with books for sure. All right, let's burn off some of this energy. I've been capped for a while. I did do Iron Twins. Oh yeah, we're doing Sand Devil. That's what we're doing. Sorry. We're trying to get through this mission here. So 15 or higher 10 times. So we'll do 10 Sand Devils. Which event do you prefer, extra legendary or 2x? Well, definitely extra legendary. I don't participate in 2x anymore, to be honest, because for me, like, I don't need epics, and 2x is just, you know, you just close your eyes, put your hand into like a bin and pick out two random like a random Lego. It's just too much of a gamble for me. It doesn't make any sense. So I usually target 15x, or I do 1+1, or I save it for fusions or guarantees. What did you say about 2 instances of raid? So what you do is you have player and play, so you can open your control alt delete task manager, close player and play, reopen it, and then switch your account, and then you can click play again, and then you have 2 different accounts open on player and play. What's up, Portugal? Welcome, man. Hard to catch every word. It's all good. You're stuck on Ramon 2 Barbarian mission. I don't have Syl. Do you recommend to wait? I still have 2 months or so. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, you could do it with Hoskrul. Hoskrul is AoE stun, and he's an epic. Barb generally has some pretty good like stun champions. If you have Armans, it's probably an easy clear. But yeah, Syl makes it super easy. There is there's an epic reviver for Barb that's actually pretty good. I forgot her name, Harkin or something. Maybe not Harkin. Somebody might know, but I forgot her name. She has a single target revive that's actually pretty good. The current thing. Oh, okay. The Fire Knight. No, you can't save it. You can't. I don't think you can save it. Well, I never tried, but I would imagine you can't, because actually, you know what? I'm not too sure. I would imagine you can't, but I never tried. Maybe you could. Maybe you could. You know, I was thinking about the process of saving those prism shards, and it's not always the best. You need a good reason to save, I think, because you know how like we just had a prism shard summoning event, and we got 25 prism crystals for the top reward for Sand Devil, 3,500 points. In previous Sand Devil tournaments, it was 30 crystals. So we're basically doing the same amount of Sand Devil points for 5 less crystals. So when you factor that in, and then you look to the next summon pool, what if the next summon pool charges you 30, but you only have 25, and then you need to spend another 3.5k Sand Devil points to get another 30. So for example, what I'm trying to say is that the crystals that you have acquired basically lost value by holding them for the future. So when you acquire your crystals, they have a set amount of value, but when you hold them for the future, you don't know what their value is anymore. So there is some negative to holding your crystals. That's what I want to say, because it's an unknown, right? It's an unknown how much your crystals are worth. For example, what if the next Prism Summon event gives you like 80 crystals for 3.5k Sand Devil points? Because one pull is 80 points. It could be like that. You know what I mean? So now you only have 25 crystals, and you're like, hey, I paid 3.5k Sand Devil points for this. And now you're giving me 80 crystals for 3.5k Sand Devil points. And then you know, so now your 25 crystals are kind of worthless. So player can kind of game it so that it really hurts the player base. But I don't know if they thought that far ahead, or this is like such a niche thing that they're not even going to consider it. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my butt, but hopefully somebody can make sense of what I was just saying. 44 auto battles. Yeah, you can tell that I don't use my auto battles. Getting no luck pulling a campaign farmer. I'm tempted to put masteries on Saurus at this point. Oh, please don't. Please don't go for Saurus, man. There's like so many like good champions that can just farm campaign. You don't need to invest in an uncommon champion that's not going to see much play after like 2 months. You reap the benefits of the content creator program on your main account. Yes, yes I do. I am a free to play. I've been playing for 1 year and I still can't beat Ultra Nightmare. Don't know what to do. Really need help. You can pop by the Discord and we'll get you some help. But it's obviously account dependent. Can't really say much more. 15 or higher on Shogun. Okay, that's easy. I can do that. So I need to do 10. I pulled Gregor and have Hoskrul, Demarsa, and that bow lady, Sakara. I don't think that's enough. Hoskrul can kind of do it. He's really good, but it might not be enough. You can try. Of course, you want to try to go as high as you can, but never guarantee. Oh, shit. 38 already? Oh, shit. Is this a fail? Oh my god, it's a fail. Hold on. I must have done something wrong here. Maybe it's not set up properly. Something happened here. Shogun 25. This should work. Try again. Oh, you know what? Sorry. This is not going to work. Yeah, this is not going to work. Because, it's not going to work because this nut's taking the first hit from the Shogun. It should be Kaimar taking the first hit. So something changed. Okay, we'll finish off this run. Okay. Yeah, Kaimar should be taking the first hit. What happened here? Oh. It's a problem because like I was testing so much on the test server that I forgot to change my live server account. I think I stopped liking 2x voids. I pulled 50 voids last time and I hit mercy 3 times on epics. Ugh. Yeah, sometimes not doesn't work out in your favor. Do I want to do a gear cleanse on your account? I definitely do not want to do a gear cleanse on your account. I don't even want to do a gear cleanse on my account. Gear removal item in my inbox, and every time I try to remove a single piece of gear, it forces me to use the item. Is there a way around it? No. So far, no. They said they'll do something about it, but they haven't yet. Here's my Discord link if you guys are interested in joining. Feel free. We're going to do a giveaway in a couple days, so if you want to get involved. They're so far ahead of the player base with analytics and gaming spend. That's the currency. If you click super raise, it will count 1 as 2. It saves you some time. Okay, thanks. I just wanted to test it first, to be honest, but yeah, it does save multi battles. Yeah, you know, if you do super raids count as 2, we're gonna say the same thing. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I need to re-gear my Kaimar. I don't want to waste my time re-gearing Kaimar on stream. I'm gonna do that one. Yeah, I'll be hard gated here anyways by this spirit, so I'll do the Shogun later because it's not gonna work with the Kaimar being low like that. So I'm just going to probably run Fire Night. What are we running here? Fire Night hard. This epic tournament. Yeah, 2750. Like I said, this is not a good event for most people, I think. Yeah, but the rewards here are not bad. They're better than normal, but I mean, it's not a great, but it's better than normal. So hop back in here for a sec. There's option to tick. Don't see this message again for the silver cost item. Yeah, but it only lasts for 1 day. It only lasts for 1 day, so it's not a, 100% thing to do. All right. Pull fusion. I got a lot to do this CVC actually. There's a lot of champions I want to book out and play. I pulled the Ostrid. I'm going to book her out. I think there's some other stuff I want to build out. Is it worth it to run 2x of the same champ in a team, or is it better to run like 4 different ones? It depends, right? Like obviously 2x Newt is needed for like super speed runs in a lot of the boss content. 2x cool hearts still get used. Yeah, there's a lot of champions that are still good if you bring doubles of them. But obviously you have to cover like other things, right? And they have to kind of like synergize together. There's a workaround for the free gear item. Press cancel once and then again. It'll swap the silver cost instead of using the consumable. Yeah, you don't want to use a consumable, but there's no way to stop the pop-up, I think. Because the pop-up will keep popping up after 1 day. Because then there's an option to stop it for 1 day only. So I think there's no way around that. Well, I think Plarium knows that. Well, I mean, like, don't send it to me. Specifically, you can send it to the Discord, and then somebody will take a look at it. Or you can check out like any of the big Discords for raid, and I'm sure someone will help you. It doesn't necessarily need to be me, because obviously I have to find time for that, right? And I might not respond like in a prompt manner. You're more likely to get a response from general community members that are equally or better in terms of like building clan boss teams. Building a clan boss team takes a lot of time. Like if it's complex, then it takes a lot of time. So it's better if you, like, general advice for like people playing this game, it's better if you learn things yourself than having somebody do it for you. Like, I think that applies for everything in life. Because if you're always relying on somebody to build it for you or do things for you, you're just not going to get much out of this game, to be honest. First of all, it's going to be super frustrating to do anything in this game because you're waiting for somebody to do it for you. So my general advice is just learn to do things yourself. And when you get stuck, try to do it yourself. And then when you get stuck, then ask for help. Don't just ask for help and get help and then never learn. Obviously, if you don't have time to do that, then of course it makes sense for you to ask for help, pay for help, or whatever. Some people do this all the time, right? They pay for help so they have time, or they don't have time and then they pay for help, or they ask for help, or they get help. But if you have time, invest it into learning how to play this game so you get more out of this game. Just general advice, right? I find too many people, like, it's just too easy to dismiss a lot of things. Like, oh, I don't want to learn it. Oh, it takes too much time. Oh, it's not going to save me any time because it's going to take too much time to learn it. I think, you're just not going to get much out of this game. And then it's going to lead to a lot of frustration too. Like, what if one day your clan boss team breaks, right? Then you're just going to be asking for help, like, nonstop. Let's make sure this team works. Yastra is good. I wish I had 2. Yeah, she is really good, actually. Yeah. She, initially I underrated her. I played with her on a test server, and then I was like, yeah, she's good. I was like, yeah, she's good. And now I've played with her more, and I was like, yeah, she's really good. So, yeah, yeah, she's solid champion. Hey Mitchell, how are you, man? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah. No worries, no worries. Hope you have a good day. Hope you're having a good day, bud. Is Arrow a good damage dealer for library? Actually, he hits really hard. Arrow hits really hard. Yeah, but he kind of just deals damage. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of need you might need your damage dealer to do a little bit more, but he hits really hard. So can't really complain about his overall damage. But yeah, I don't know if he's worth it, like in terms of investing like books and all that stuff. Oh, please have this work out. No, it's not going to work out. Decrease turn meter. I don't know if this team is 100%. It should be pretty close, but there's a lot of like little percentages here that can get resisted. Like the freeze and turn meter reduction is like not 100%. So I can't imagine this team being 100%. Like you see there, like no turn meter reduction. But I try my best to make it so that it covers a lot of the inconsistencies. Like both Creodins run Relentless gear. I have Reflex gear on the Fat Man. So hopefully that covers some of the inconsistencies of the RNG. Hey Jeannie, good morning. At least try it for yourself. Exactly, right? At least try it yourself. You might actually enjoy it, to be honest. You might actually enjoy it. Like, I had a lot of fun in the beginning, like building my first clan boss team and learning how to use the Deadwood Jedi clan boss calculator. Like, yes, it's very intimidating to learn, but once you learn it, it's actually really fun to see what your roster can do, right? Even just taking somebody's like sample or template and then just plugging your own champions in and then just seeing what kind of teams pop out or what kind of teams you can make is pretty cool. I've built so many clan boss teams because I run 2 accounts. Both of them had like different levels of progression. So I like had to build like unkillable teams. I had to build like budget unkillable teams. I had to build like non-unkillable teams, Valkyrie teams. I built all sorts of teams. So I have like tons of experience like building clan boss teams, and it's always for like my own accounts. But if I didn't know how to do that, if I didn't learn myself, like how would I progress in this game? I would just ask people for help. And if no one wanted to help me, then I would just get stuck because I'm not paying for someone to help me. So of course you have to learn yourself, right? Otherwise you just get stuck. Like when people say like, oh, I've been playing for 4 years, I don't hit Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. I'm like, well, how's that possible? Like, do you actually play the game? Like, like, do you actually play the game? Like, if you said you played 4 years ago and I can't hit Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, then I would ask you how often do you play? And if you said I log in once a day and that's all I do, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But if you've been actively playing for 4 years and you can't hit Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, something's wrong. So, and unless you want to progress, you probably need to figure that out. Figure out what is wrong. So it's not a champion thing, because in 4 years, I'm pretty sure you can open something from somewhere or get a login champion that will help. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Do you have a Discord channel? Yes, I've been spamming my Discord channel. So if you guys want to join, here's my Discord channel. We'll be doing a giveaway in a couple days. So if you guys want to get involved, it should be a mass like paying thing. I usually do giveaways at least once a month on my Discord. You recommend Book It Ugo? I have Firo. Oh, Firo's super nice. Well, I mean, Ugo's an epic, right? And Ugo definitely needs books. Also, make sure for Ugo, you want the Sniper Mastery, okay, guys? So if you have Ugo, make sure you put Sniper Mastery on her. Otherwise, she's not going to get 100% on her AoE block buffs. I'll show you guys what I mean. Wixwell simplified traditional clan boss. Yeah, Wixwell just killed the clan boss content for basically everyone. I mean, it's good. It's good because he also like disproportionately deals a ton of damage, which really helps clans that struggle to down Ultra Nightmare. So, it's good. I think it's good. And Plarium should just leave him. Wixwell shouldn't even be on their radar of champions to nerf. Like, he's just, he's just fine. They should just leave him. But I do feel like maybe there is some inconsistency with his mechanic. Like, his shield mechanic probably shouldn't work the way it should. But I don't think it should be top priority for them to even bother looking at. They should add legends to Remnant. Today I opened 4 and only got epics. Yeah. Don't talk about remnants, dude. Don't talk about remnants. Don't talk about mythicals. That's not allowed in this stream, okay? Mythicals, remnants, don't talk about that stuff. Why is Seer not using Karma Burn on the boss? Maybe because there's no buffs. Maybe because there's no buffs on. I didn't turn off the Karma Burn or anything like that. Sorry, I was going to show you guys what I meant by Ugo's mastery here. Sorry, I guess I should use my own Ugo. So on her skill here, it says the chance of placing block buffs increases 5% for each alive enemy. So you start with 75. No, sorry, you start with 50. You gain 25, and then you get 5% for each alive enemy. So usually, if you maybe in some cases you play against 4 enemies, so that gives you 95% chance. Like against Hydra, for example, you play, it's only 95% chance. So make sure for your mastery, you add sniper, which gives you 5% chance. Therefore, you have 100% chance. Ugo is a very interesting case. It's similar to Stag Knight. Stag Knight has a similar case, right? Where you need the sniper mastery to go 100%. So Stag Knight's similar. You need the sniper mastery to get 5% because his skill is so stupid. It's 70% chance of placing, and then you get 25% chance from books, which gives you 95 total percent. So you need the sniper mastery to get 100% chance. It's so stupid. Why 70% here? Like, Plarium was not thinking, right? Like, how many champions do you see with 70%, books up to 95%? It's so freaking stupid. It's the stupidest design. I don't know. I just think it's funny, but it's a tip for anybody that's using them. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to put that to the side. We'll just do some Fire Knight. Chit chat through some of this stuff. Looks like 5 is pretty stable. 5 looks pretty stable here. Just chit chat through some of this. Let's see here. Valkyrie or Artak? Who should I 6-star next? Artak is a bigger carry than Valkyrie. Valkyrie is going to be better for clan boss if you're struggling, but Artak's basically better for everything else. No remnant talk after that recent video. Yeah, exactly. Ugo, the perfect waifu. Oh god. Hey Reedy, what's up, man? How you doing? Doing good. Thanks for being here. Mythical is the best. Good morning. Good morning. I'm watching every YouTube video since I found you half a year ago. Nice to be able to catch one of your streams. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome. Thank you for the support. Yeah. For 2 hours a day, I'm learning every day and just need a tip because legendary books are hard to come by. So just need to know what was the best champion to upgrade and I'm not getting luck on. Yeah, post your roster. Well, I'm sure somebody will help you out. If I see your post, then of course I'll help you out if I have some time. I have Kuni Uchi as my only ally protector in my account. Should I level her to the clan boss? I have 4-key nightmare at the moment. I think if you're 4-key nightmare, you probably still have some room to go. Kuni Uchi, I mean, generally is a kind of a weak champion, to be honest. Investing like books and making her 60 in masteries, I don't know how long that's going to help you. I think unless you're like on the cusp of like Ultra Nightmare, then I would probably do it. But since you're still like working Nightmare, I will not do it because I would probably wait until you are comfortably in Nightmare, meaning you're ready for the next step into Ultra Nightmare before I invest into a champion like Kuni Uchi that would kind of like boost me into the Ultra Nightmare area or difficulty. But Yeah, I personally I would wait. She's not a very good champion like, overall. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Shards, I don't have Demitha or Maneater is why I'm asking for a tip because I don't do enough damage and when I progress on the game, I did it myself. No one helped me. This is the first time I asked for help. Sounds good, man. I mean, yeah, no shame in asking for help. So I'm not trying to shame you into asking for help. Definitely ask for help. This game is so messed up and you definitely need help in this game. Everybody needs help in this game. So yeah, I mean, definitely ask for help. So go for it, man. I think it's only an older champ. Sorry, I missed that. So people don't know, we'll have less effective champs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Stagnite's old, right? Stagnite's old. Ugo is new, so Ugo is kind of like situationally kind of, you know, if people weren't paying attention to that, it's like okay. I actually like it that way. It makes me feel less bad for using a sniper mastery just for the A1. That's true, yeah. It gives more value to sniper mastery. Most of the time, sniper mastery is like kind of not used nowadays. But it is pretty good for like things like I think brimstone. It still affects, right? So, how did you focus on faction war, slowly progressing or building champions to complete it? I slowly progressed because like sometimes you can't really force it. You know what I mean? Like you can't really force faction wars. It's like okay, I want to do faction wars today. I'm set on progressing, but then your roster just sucks. And like and then building out like champions specifically for faction wars, it might hurt you in other areas. So what I was doing is I was basically using like built champions for faction wars and then basically just making like level 40 food and then just sending them into like faction wars as like meat with the 60s and then going as high as I can until I pull like something that was like more interesting or stronger and then I build that champion out myself. I really started playing a lot more seriously for faction wars after they announced the Shadowkin faction. So I wanted to finish the Shadowkin faction before they released it because obviously Lydia would be hard to get and all that stuff. So I tried a lot harder. It took me about 300 days to get Lydia. So about 10 months to get Lydia. Yeah, she's a game changer for sure. She's a game changer. So, you know, and Faction Wars is one of the most like difficult and rewarding parts of the game, which was good. Cintranos is like not the same level, but it's also because like, you know, I'm a pretty veteran player. But when I was first starting out, Faction Wars was one of the most difficult and rewarding parts of the game because Lydia is so good. When you get her, Lydia is huge. Lydia is massive. I say that as a free to play with limited roster, right? Obviously, if you're a spender, Lydia's not going to be huge for you, but for a free to play, she's massive. How many points do you aim for as free to play in CVC? I always go 400k minimum 400k. So for me, 400k is not a problem. Like my most CVC points I did was 1.6 million points as a free to play. I did 1 million points a couple times actually. I did 1 million points a couple times in CVC, but my most was 1.6 million points. Fully free to play. You got lucky Leorius. Is it worth 6-star before my starter? Yeah, Leorius is really good. I mean, KO will be better for clan boss because he deals poisons. Leorius not going to be as good, but Leorius is going to be like huge for like clearing waves. But actually, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say. At that point, you're kind of using KO for poisons. KO's good against Dragon. He's good against Clan Boss. But Leorius is just going to be way better against waves. He's going to be better campaign farmer too. I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say you need books. If you don't have books for Leorius, maybe still go for KO. Maybe. Think about it for sure. Which stage is that? Right now we're doing hard 5. It feels pretty comfortable. It's like 2 to 3 minute run. pretty comfortable. So far it's 100%, so I'm happy with 100%. I choose and upgrade Deacon first if I just got Stag and Deacon at the same time. Yeah, I think Deacon is a little bit better. The speed aura is really big. You're building your unkillable team and the boss keeps stunning my other champions and not my stun target on Void. Building an unkillable team. Okay, so that means there is a HP difference. So that means your HP on your oh shit, I took a hit. That means the HP on your stun target is not the lowest. So that's my thinking. So lower the defense on your stun target. Make sure they're taking tons of damage. Make sure your other champions have healing so they can recover their HP. So their HP grows relative to the stun target. So you want to make sure that your stun target has the lowest HP. It also helps if you put your stun target closer to the front of the team. So like the aura spot is the front of the team. So if you want to put your stun target closer to the front, then that can also help too. What factions do you think would benefit most from getting new champions or champions with unique kits? I think Ogren Tribe. Ogren Tribe just kind of lacks champions in general. Lizardmen just kind of sucks most of the time. Like they have good champions, but they have some really bad champions too. Like I'm tired of seeing like Dark Elf, Sacred Order, Bannerlords. I'm just tired of seeing those champions, to be honest. Like give us some like cool, monster designs, or monsters or whatever. Skinwalkers, I feel like they built out pretty well in the last year. Like they added Wukong. Who else did they add? They added a couple of cool skinwalkers recently. Shadowkin, they're already stacked. Sylvan Watchers, they need to add some more DPS champions. Right now Sylvan Watchers is like all fast support champions. They need to add different champions to Sylvan Watchers. Dwarves, I think they fleshed out pretty good. Undead, like you can't do any more undead. They're just like so full of stuff. But yeah, Ogren Tribes or Lizardmen definitely need some help, I think. Faction Wars is really fun to progress in. Yeah, I agree. I'm struggling to get the speeds I want on my champs right now. I'm rolling all my gear with speed substats to 8 and then 12. Is there anything else I should be doing? I do have a video highlighting how I basically farm gear for like 2 400 speed champions. So on my account, I have 2 400 speed champions. And I basically made a video on the best places to basically farm or, try to get speed gear, right? So obviously you have to, so what I do, I think one of the big things that I do that most people maybe don't do is basically I keep most 6-star legendary gear regardless of the set, regardless of the main stat. And I would roll them to at least 4 to see if it hits speed. So if it has speed substat, I would try to roll them, and then eventually you start getting quads in these, you just have more opportunity to get quads. So once you get, quad offset pieces, they can build fast champions for you. So you'll see my like Sifi, for example, she doesn't have a single speed set on her. She's basically made with 5-piece protection. And then she's made with a bunch of other pieces, but she's my fastest champion. She's 413 speed. So yeah, like I said, like you don't necessarily need to just focus on speed set. There's lots of different ways to get speed, right? One for 100k or 400k. Not sure what you're saying. I do 400k CVC, like no issues. Both my accounts I do 400k. So this one, you guys can say like, oh, content creator perks or whatever, but you can also see that my content creator resources are actually increasing. So I actually don't even use my content creator perks on my main account, but this is my alt account, and I still do 400k on this one without any issue every time. And this one has arguably even more resources in some places too. Like I have tons of resources on this one as well. And yeah, still like a billion silver as well. But yeah, 400k for me is not a big deal at all. What is your thought on Wallmaster? He's a great champion. He, damage dealer with AoE block buffs. The problem with him is that his gear requirement is quite high, so his multipliers are low, but his damage is capped. So if you can reach the cap, that means you have really good gear. But most people can't reach the cap. So he's better for super good accounts. If you pick him up early, he's not going to be that good. If you pick him up early, he's not going to be that good. You need super good gear to make Wallmaster very, very good. Like, make him the best he can be, right? Because his damage is really high, but he needs really high gear to hit there. So what's your go-to dungeon for CVC points? I just kind of do whatever, man. I don't really I know some people, they just set the spider and walk away, but I don't really do that. I don't farm spider more than any other dungeon. I do an assortment of things. Most of my points come from, I would say a lot of it comes from crafting. A lot of it comes from tag team arena. It's kind of like a mix, right? And I don't really burst CVC, so I don't really do 400k in one day. Obviously, I wait for dailies, I wait for regeneration, I wait for events. So for me, CVC is, it's just still a slow grind. I never just burst out the points. Some books, of course, you save champions you want to book. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose to this Nishak. Oh my god. Oh my god. No! Actual loss to this Nishak. I would like more champions in the pool, but I feel like it'll set my RNG down the drain. Ogrins is in rough shape, yeah. What's up, citizen? You must have some serious self-control to have 1 billion silver. I just play the game, man. I play the game consistently, efficiently, and then the silver just racks up. I'm not gonna say getting 1 billion silver is easy, because it just takes time, right? You just do the same, you just play consistently, efficiently for a long period of time, and then you're just gonna get tons and tons of silver. Yeah. For me, it's having silver removal item, it doesn't matter to me. I just use silver whenever. I just make it whenever. But it's but the big thing I think with silver is that basically I never leave my energy capped. So if you guys think about it, I'll give you guys a tip. So you have 130 energy here, right? If you guys cap your energy, let's say you have 10,000 energy and you're sitting on it. If you cap your energy, you're losing about 480 energy a day from passive regeneration. 480 energy is 24 spider runs. So 24 spider runs. 24 is that 24 spider runs? That's 24 spider runs. If you're doing 24 spider runs, let's say you're getting above average RNG, you're selling all your gear. So you're selling about 100k. Let's say you're doing 100k silver per run, right? So per day you're losing 240. You're losing 24 runs at 100k. So you're losing what, 2.4 million silver. Let's say you're getting bad RNG. Let's say you're only selling it for 50k. So you're losing 1.2 million silver per day just by capping your energy. And that's the most basic conversion, right? I'm not even talking about other conversions, but you're losing about 1 million silver a day. And if you obviously do that for a long period of time, you're losing a lot. You're losing a lot. So for me, I never cap my energy, and I think that contributes to my progress in my account. I put all that regenerated energy into my account, and it builds it up. But you can't do that in one day, right? It takes you a long time to build it up. So I'm only at 50,000. This is a really slow start for me. A lot of my points will come from tag team because it's super efficient for gems. So I like doing tag team. See, I don't know if I'm gonna beat these guys. Probably can beat these guys. Hey Bang, what's up, man? Another easy CVC? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So far, it's been really chill with you guys. Really chill for you guys. I don't really want to be asked to do 2 million CVC points, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, I think when people see the clan roster, you're like, oh shit! These guys are some heavy hitters here. What's your best advice for getting mythical books for free to play? Hydra Clash. That's the best way, man. because the rewards, the mythical books from rewards is incredibly hard to get. It's expensive as hell, like in terms of resources. But yeah. What's up, Nathan? Why did you start a second account? So I played my first account. I started 3 months before my second account. I basically started my second account because I was bored. I got bored after 3 months of playing my main account. I started running out of things to do, and then I basically made a second account so I had more things to do. And then at the end of it, I basically it just became a habit playing 2 accounts. So now I play, 2 end game accounts, and it's just out of habit. But of course, I focus mainly on my main account. So my second account is kind of like falling off quite a bit. But yeah. Steadfast Mastery is considered a buff. Yes, that's true. And the clan boss will attack someone else. Yep, Steadfast Mastery. Is the gear in hard mode way better than normal mode? I just do normal 20 because it does not use as much energy. That's true. And I need to do 50 seconds. The thing is, in hard mode, you do get better gear, and it's not not debatable, right? It's you just get better gear. Whether that's worth it for the time investment, that's up to you, right? For me, I'm gonna run out of energy before I run out of time, so I don't mind trying to get a better chance at farming gear. If I could farm food at the same time, I would do that too, and basically just run it while I'm at work or something. Excuse me. Silver go ups faster once you have enough great gear and become more picky on what you roll. Yep, that's a good point too. But to be honest, I still complete every single artifact enhancement event. So to me, I don't know. I still complete every single artifact enhancement event. Most of my stash is rolled up. Most of my stash is 12 or higher. So I have lots of 12, 16 gear. This is my alt, by the way. So most of my stash is already 12 or 16. Like, what is this? That's nothing. That just made it through the cracks. But most of my gear is 12 or 16. I don't really, so sometimes I actually struggle to find things to upgrade. It's not like I'm sitting on silver and not doing anything with it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But you're absolutely right that it does get easier to save silver because you farm faster, you farm more, all that stuff. Hey Ronnie, what's up, man? Which account do you enjoy grinding more? Yeah, of course, my main account's more enjoyable. I never had to leave the energy cap either, but I always have more reasons to use my silver. When I started playing casually, I started building up my silver a lot. Yeah, that's true. When you don't do as much in game, then your silver is gonna just go up, especially if you actively play the game, like grind dungeons and spend silver and stuff. I haven't seen a live arena video in a while. Honestly, I haven't had much time to play live arena. The live arena time slot that I can play in is really late for me, and lately I've just been sleeping or doing other things. Like, for example, actually, you know what's actually been taking a lot of my time is actually the test server. So the test server is basically my third account, and obviously making videos and stuff takes a lot of time too, and I can't just make stupid videos all the time where I just talk about random shit oh, here's my top 10 whatever, yes, you can make some of those videos, but I can make a video saying here's my top 10 here's my top 10 elves in the game. Here I'm gonna talk about Lysandra for 2 minutes or whatever. Of course, you can make those videos once in a while, but if you want to make a video with some substance, you actually need to put a lot of time in the back end, and that takes a lot of time for me actually playing the game, because if I'm playing on a test server, I can't play on my main account, which means that's taking away progress from my actual game, which I actually don't like. I don't like that, but that's kind of why I don't play live arena anymore, because it takes a lot of time. I'm already bagged in my late time slot, so I can't really play live arena anymore. And also live arena is not really that enjoyable for me, because I'm just getting ever since Narcissus came out my Necrit and my Duchess can't be played anymore because they just get obliterated by by Narcissus. Because I basically always have to pick Taras as my main damage dealer, and Taras is hard, like basically countered by Narcissus. So if I pick Taras early, you know, Narcissus comes out, and then I can't pick Duchess or Necrit. Like, they just get hard countered. So a lot of my invested champions don't work well in this meta, and it's not fun for me because first of all, I don't have a lot of time. So when I have time, I like to have some fun, and library is not fun for me right now. So it is what it is. You know, I'm grinding for like 50-60% win rate, and it's kind of not fun. So that's kind of like the long and short of it. Are you playing 2 accounts at once? The player and play. So you open player and play, open your account, control alt delete, task manager, close player and play, open it again, change your account, press play, and then you have 2 accounts. You can do that infinitely. Eostrid or Necmo for Hydra, going back and forth. I think it's hard to say, man. Necmo, if you can bring increased attack without Eostrid, Necmo is probably better because Necmo brings leech and attack down and the speed aura. But if you can't bring attack up properly, then Eostrid is going to give you a lot more damage. Like your opinion on which champion level up? 60, Krila, Witcharm, Quintus, Biggin, Eostrid. I'll probably do Eostrid for Hydra. Eostrid is really good, but it really depends on what area you're looking for. Building clan boss team, most fun things you can do. That's true. Yeah, I did enjoy it. Undead Horror. How do I complete them without OP champions? Undead Horror is very difficult. Demon Spawn is very difficult. So Demon Spawn, the champion that did it for me was Tanix. If you guys know what Tanix is, she brings decreased speed against the boss, and that was the difference maker for me for the Demon Spawn. Sylvan Watcher, I was too progressed at that time, so I'm not 100% sure about Sylvan Watcher. Let's see here, mate. Currently farming Shogun. I was wondering if I should go as high as I can with longer runs, or go to the level that I can do faster. It honestly depends on how much time you have, right? Like if you can run it while you're away from the computer, then you know, go for the higher duration, like the higher level. But if you're strapped for time, of course, you're going to be using the lower difficulties for faster runs. Struggle to find gear worth taking to 16. There aren't obvious pieces unless they're on champion. Exactly. So I just kind of like 16 whatever sometimes. So yeah, to me, like silver is a resource, right? You just convert it into another resource. So luckily for me, I have tons of silver, so I can convert that into whatever. So like for example, like the last Hero's Path or Deck of Fate or whatever that was, it was like spend 200 million silver, get a bunch of gear. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll spend 200 something million silver to get a bunch of gear. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, I'll spend that. Like, you know, silver is just a resource, right? If I could spend my silver and I buy shards, like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do that. But, you know, it's just resource management in this game, right? That's all this game is about. Just resource management. If you can manage your resources, your gold. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat a little bit. I thought there's other ways to get mythical books. I'm still new, playing for 4 months. Got lucky with Gizmac. Yeah, you can't. Hydra Clash is the best way to get it. Getting mythical books from reward trees is very hard. My first CVC in your roster. Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, good luck. Have fun on your CVC. Tag Arena, you encounter so much troll teams. Now, how is it possible? Gold. In gold, they're very coordinated, so everyone just puts one-man defenses. We know the drill. Wixwell is the easy button. Hellcat did it for a year ago, but not at the level of Wixwell. Yeah, Hellcat was a insane good fusion. Definitely propelled a lot of people forward. But yeah, Wixwell, definitely very good for clan boss. I wish they opened a test server up to everybody. Yeah, you know, after playing on the test server, I've only been on a test server for I think like 2 months, 3 months. But honestly, the test server is like where is how the game should be played. It's how this game should be played, right? Like you can kind of just swap your gear like freely. Like it feels good to have like resources to play with champions, and you actually have a lot of fun playing on the test server when you don't have to worry about things like that. I mean, I guess you can play the game like that if you have like infinite money, let's say that. But it's how the game should be played. It's a lot of fun actually, and I think like if you open up the test server to like everybody, it puts everybody's brains into figuring out, you know, new combinations and how champions work. And I'm sure there's gonna be like super cool things that happen from people just testing stuff. Like right now, like the only content creator like that I know that pumps out like continuously like innovative stuff is probably Bronco. Bronco does pump out a lot of innovative stuff because I think he just tests stuff. He just throws stuff in and tests things. But also that takes a lot of time, right? So, you know, you gotta give him a lot of props, right? For sure. But I would say he definitely does it more than most. But I think it comes down to time too. Most of the guys probably just don't have time to like, you know, spend hours and hours a day on a test server. Tanix is a login champion. I think she is a login champion. Must Discord. I'll put the Discord link again. Here you go. Discord. We do giveaways there, so make sure you guys pop on by. Narcissus is a worse addition to the meta than Armans. I think Armans is manageable, but yeah, Narcissus I think is necessary because it broke up some of the stagnant arena defenses. So I think overall it's probably a good thing. Don't think we ever had to push past 400k here, but always a few that will push past. Yeah. I love Andy's management is insane. So huge props to him for sure. RSL Helper work for you guys? I have no champion data error. I'm not using RSL Helper right now. I'm just gonna avoid it for a day or so. It's working, but I'm not using it myself. How do you have so much rarity quality charms for forging? You buy 10 every week from the tag team arena, so I buy them every week and they just kind of stack up. But every big crafting session I use a couple hundred, so they go down, but they still stay up. Unlocking Ultra Nightmare is the key to progression. Yep, 100%. Once you open Ultra Nightmare, the game becomes much different. You can get shards and books. You get shards and books, and then you can now think about doing like fusions consistently. You can participate in events consistently. You start getting more champions consistently. So yeah. Delete and reinstall from Discord. Does this Discord work? TTA is much harder now with Armans. You really need one go first and go second. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that changed, right? I think it's always been the case where you basically just need one go. You kind of need two speed teams and then one kind of like tanky team. So basically you take the tanky team to defeat the enemy speed team, and then you take your best speed team against their second speed team. The problem is when you run into three tanky teams, that's when that strategy won't work, probably. And then you have to maybe think something else or look for somebody else to fight. Do you have a champ in a shield set? Yes, I have Stagnite in a shield set here. Oh, you're talking about the Wixwell team, yeah. Clan Boss team with Wixwell, Apothecary, Kentum, Valerie, Hellborn. Nightmare below works 100%. Sometimes it fails because shields. So John, are you running one shield set or two shield sets? How good are your champion stats? That kind of comes down to it. Like basically, if your shields are being depleted, that means you're not growing them fast enough from Wixwell, or you're taking too much damage. So what you could do is apply attack down to the clan boss. So Wixwell applies attack down, but needs accuracy. So you could like weaken the clan boss with attack down. You could strengthen your shields by having 2 shield sets or more defense on your champions. You could strengthen your shields by having reflex gear on your Wixwell or having your Wixwell take more turns. You could strengthen your shields by cheating Wixwell's A2 to grow the shields more. Just, you know, lots of reasons. Do you think double ally protection strategy can get me to Ultra Nightmare? I think that team's pretty good, right? Wither has to go first to cleanse. It probably won't be affinity friendly against Spirit because she has to cleanse the Spirit speed off and then to cleanse the stun off, which she can't do. So Wither probably can't do it. You need a block debuff or a cleanse, or like somebody like Doom Priest or somebody to cleanse the stun off to be affinity friendly. But that team looks like it's doable, man. Torage Geo's enough damage to do Ultra Nightmare. Yeah, it looks like it can do it. This might be a gear thing. 3 shield sets, nice. Shield sets do stack. They do stack. Do you play TTA token when on CV? Do you buy TTA token when on CVC? Yes, yeah. The low ones, I buy the 15 and the 40. I don't really buy the 50 or the 60, or I try not to. They get kind of expensive, but it's probably still worth it. But the thing with TTA tokens is that it doesn't convert well into resources. Like if you look at my tag team points, I have like 60,000 or 80,000 coins, so they don't convert very well because you're kind of stopped with how much resources you can get from TTA. So I don't like converting gems into basically like coins if I can help it. Yeah, if you have Brogni on top of Wixwell, it should grow enough. Sep Sentinel. I think you should Doom Priest. I mean, Doom Priest still kind of sucks, right? Doom Priest sucks. Like, she's not going to bring much. She brings attack up and then like healing and then the cleanse. So your damage not going to be super high. But if you can keep your team alive with Doom Priest, then I would probably consider. If you bring Jawreg, you already have increased defense. So Wither is not bringing much. I guess she brings Leech. What items do you buy from Bazaar? I buy all accessories, energy, obviously, all shards, obviously. Legendary book. I buy the charms. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. But that's like way more buying that you can do. I mean, you can't make enough tokens just by using your dailies to buy all that stuff. Shit, I'm gonna lose. Oh, still alive. I took 2 hits. Fire Knight 10. This run's going really long. Yeah, Wixwell reflex speed. Yeah, that's good. How do you make your CVC rewards go to the inbox? You just don't collect them. Just don't collect them and they'll go to the inbox automatically. They only last for 7 days, so keep that in mind. You have too many debuffs? Okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for that. Yeah, that makes sense. So probably have to disable Farrakhan's A2. That makes sense. How many points have you got now? Probably not much. I haven't been grinding like super seriously, just kind of like casually talking to you guys. But I'll hit easily 400k. I have lots of things to play out. We'll take a break after this one. Why are you farming at hard 10, not normal 20? I'm farming hard 5 because hard 5 actually gives you like better gear, right? So any hard level gives you better gear. If I farm dungeon 20, I'm basically just throwing 3,000 energy away for 45 of those crystals. If I spend the energy in hard mode, I actually get a chance at keeping like maybe a piece of gear. So I would rather have a chance at some gear than basically no gear. So that's kind of why. Time wise, it doesn't really matter to me, because I can just run my excess energy off, and then I'm not going to be running like super high amounts of energy or anything like that. The Mytha is best extender for Wixwell team or continuous heal stack. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The Mytha might mess up a little bit in the beginning because of her A1 shield. I read of some people having some issues with her A1 shield, like overriding the other shield. But that's mainly a duration thing. So if you can't increase the duration fast enough, then her A1 might override the starting shield. Is it required Wixwell A to be fully booked? Yes. It's not, it's not fully required, but it's going to be much harder to make the team work if he was not booked. Because you need the A2 to grow the shield quickly. And if you can't grow the shield quickly, you're not going to be able to survive. So without the A2 booked, it's a 4-turn cooldown. So now you're fighting uphill, right? You need him to be super fast, reflex, or all that stuff. So try to push gold tag with 2 speed teams, 1 speed into bomb to counter the enemy tank team. Yeah, I mean that works. Yeah, bomb's good. I used the Mythic, Godseeker, Brogni, Wixwell, Geo. Yeah, I mean if you have Brogni on top of Wixwell, you can totally run a 1-1. Yeah, like I made a 1-1 work with really low speeds, but the only way I made it work was with Renegade. And Renegade, the way Renegade works is that he reduces the cooldown of your skills by 2 turns. And that little bit of boost helped the 1-1 team work. But really, really budget speeds and all that stuff. So you can definitely make a 1-1 team work with like faster speeds, like 200 plus speed. Take a break here. 350 points a run's not too bad, to be honest. How many points do I have? 60,000. Am I dead last? Pretty close. Bang. Pretty close to dead last. I'm always last in this clan, but it's because they always I'm like, I have to wait for resources, so I can't really I try not to spend resources when I don't have to. So what do you think of Corvus the Corruptor? I think he does fine, yeah. So does some damage. Take care, Bang. Have a good one, man. Merciless also helps on the Mytha. Yeah, Merciless or Reflex would be good. Yeah. Hey, Jessica. Been watching your vids for a while now. Just realized I wasn't sub. My bad. Hey, welcome. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that very much. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so you guys, obviously if you guys are new here, welcome, guys. We try to stream every CVC if possible. I try to make it like a my committed streaming time. So if you guys like the stream, make sure you guys pop by during CVC. If you guys are new here, would appreciate obviously a like. If you guys like the content, subscribe would be awesome. So appreciate the support. But yeah, we just do raid Shadow Legends stuff here. Fully free to play content, but not really, because obviously I'm super end game and whatever. But I try to relate as much as I can with free to plays, because I still have I have that mentality, right? It's a totally different game when you have no access to additional resources, when you're limited by resources. Whereas if you're a spender, you kind of are not limited by resources. Like you can make a mistake and then just repair your mistake with money. But if a free to play makes a mistake, they can't. They have to repair their mistake with time. So time is usually worth a lot more, to be honest. But yeah, great turnout here today. Great participation from everybody. So I appreciate you guys participating in chat. You guys have been fun. I've been looking forward to streaming for a while. I missed last week's stream, but I slept in and stuff. But yeah, so thank you guys for making it super fun today. What's up, Propus? What's up, man? You obviously all need to like the stream now. Who's your strongest DPS right now? I'll show you guys my strongest DPS champion. Rotos is probably still in my best gear, so this is my Rotos. He is my only +1 champion on both my accounts. Yeah, so that's my Rotos. He's in lethal and cruel gear. He's fully 6-star ascended. He's my only +1 champion, like I said. My Taras is probably second, but the reason why he's not my best champion is because he has no faction guardians. He has 0 faction guardians, which is quite a bit of a boost. If he had full faction guardians, he might be stronger than my Rotos because my Taras would be almost 300 speed. He would be almost 300 speed with more HP. He'd be super tanky. But yeah, so these two are my best DPS champions, but their builds haven't changed in like 6 months. Honestly, their build hasn't changed in 6 months, so definitely not that strong anymore. After that, I'm working towards my 6-star Harima. I was initially working towards 6-star Sifi, and then I said forget it. Honestly, like I don't really care that much about the Sifi 6-star, so I'm working towards 6-star Harima because she's a damage dealer for Hydra, and getting a 6-star Crushing Ren is going to be big damage. So her gear is my best defensive gear, but it's honestly not very good compared to like other Harimas. She doesn't have full faction guardians either. After that, Georgia would probably be my... Actually, Wukong is pretty good too. Wukong's probably my 4th best damage dealer. He has some faction guardians. He's 4-star ascended. And then Georgia, similar build, no accuracy, similar speed, similar power as my Wukong. So both of them are probably pretty similar. Finally booked my Supreme Gaelic. Time to slay the Hydra. Nice. Yeah, Gaelic's really good in Hydra. He brings the AoE block buffs, which is pretty rare, right? You need to remove Rotos into 1-turn Stone Skin. I mean, I can't, man. I don't have good enough Stone Skin. Like, otherwise, I'd just take away all his power. Like, if you can survive stuff, yeah, you can survive stuff, but like, if you can't kill anything, you're not gonna be very effective either. Bro's nuker is almost as fast as my Arbiter. Yeah. Well, I play in the highest levels of Live Arena, right? So you need some pretty good gear. Expecting Taras to be your strongest or Harima with competition to Sun Wukong. Rotos was the one. Thanks for the showcase. Yeah. Yeah, Rotos is the one. Yeah, he's in my best gear. 6-star ascended, he's my +1 champion. What stat should I focus on very early game? I don't have gear to spread good. Speed. Speed is really good. Obviously, you need accuracy to land your debuffs. And you basically should only have one nuker. And by what I mean by nuker is basically a champion with 100% crit rate with high crit damage that can kill a wave with 1 hit. Basically, you need that nuker to be in your arena team, and you need that champion to kill things in arena. For boss damage, you're basically relying on HP burn or poisons. That's the most efficient way of dealing damage in the early game because you don't need crit rate or crit damage, you just need accuracy. So just something to consider. Hey, greetings from Germany. What's up, man? Big thanks, hard work, and amazing budget teams. Hey, no worries, man. Your alien build for Shogun is so much worth. Oh, great. Thanks for the love, man. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm happy that the alien video got some love because in the beginning, people were looking at that and they're like, what the heck, man? This is ridiculous. It's not working. Blah, 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 blah. It's not working and stuff. But basically, people were not following the freaking video properly. People were not following the alien video properly, and then they were like prematurely slamming it. But once you get it going, it freaking works, man. And you can farm 4 food with the alien build. And yeah, but people were saying like you can put that gear on anybody and they can solo farm Shogun. That's not true. That's not true. You can't just put that gear on anybody and solo farm Shogun. Only some champions can do it on Shogun. So I'm glad it works for you, man. So thank you for stopping by. What do you think about the new Mythical Niaz? I didn't get a chance to play test him. He is on the play server, the test server. I don't find a lot of value in playtesting Mythicals because I'm never going to get these champions. They only apply to a very small populace player base. So I don't really see too much value in spending too much time doing it. But to me, he looks good. He looks good to me. And from the limited action that I've seen from other creators, he looks good. You drop a little of damage, but you'll still be able to one-shot most things out there. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. My damage dealers, they're not good enough. They're not good enough in like full damage gear. And you know what? That's just a limitation of my account, right? Like I can't compete with some of these guys in the highest levels because the gear gap is just too high. The empowerments are too high. Like if you go +4 empowerment versus a baseline champion, that's like you're adding like, I don't know, tons of stats. If you don't have a 6-star blessing, and you don't have empowerment, like you're giving up like 20k HP, you're giving up like 50 crit damage, you're giving up 25 speed, you're giving up so much stats, like there's just no way you can compete against +4 6-star fully ascended champions when you don't have it. So that's why I said like I have to lean on Rotos and Taras because they are my 6-star champions. Otherwise it's just no competition. Like you're fighting against like a Sifi with 150k HP that has like 350 speed in stone skin. Like you just can't kill that thing. Like it's just, yeah. What do you think of Insenza new void Lego? I did a showcase on Insenza. She's pretty good. I think she's probably best in Hydra. She brings relevant debuffs, but her debuffs are not like critical debuffs and they're not like the super hard to get the debuffs. So I don't think she's like super necessary, but she's definitely decent. Sorry, just guys come on chat. How do you build Whisper? Mine is in so squishy, he can't do hard things. My only Whisper I built in Relentless gear, so she get extra turns. I used her for hard Hydra, but I don't use her anymore. I have better options, to be honest, so I just don't really use her. I use her in Faction Wars, I guess. Oh, you're 5.3 in live? Yeah, I guess so, eh? I know Stone Skin is the meta. I know even Stone Skin on your DPS is the meta. But honestly, I'm just like missing a lot of the accessories to make the Stone Skin like work in conjunction with the lethal gear or the savage gear. So as soon as I pick up some workable accessories, I'll definitely revisit some of these builds. But I haven't been super lucky with the accessories. But yeah, I appreciate the advice. Very short on legendary books. I have 5 mythical books. Would you use those in Legos? Hell no. Hell no, man. Hell no. Those mythical books are so hard to come by, man. Even legendary books, like yes, they're hard to come by, but you're probably like the conversion rate is probably like 10-1, to be honest. Like the amount of legendary books you get per mythical book is probably, I would say it's probably not 10-1, it's probably like 8-1. But yeah, it's very hard to get mythical books. What gear is the best to farm in your first rotation of Doom Tower? I think maybe like maybe the Molten Dragon might be okay. I actually farmed Frostbiter. I farmed the Frostbiter because the Frostbite gear is actually pretty good. It's only a 2-piece set and it's pretty good. In today's game of Raid, with the addition of Mythicals, is Lydia still worth it for mid-game player? Yeah, I think so, yeah. She fits in a lot of dungeon teams, and she's good in Hydra. She's not going to be, like, insane for, like, Arena, but if you're playing Mythicals in Arena, you're probably, you know, you're going to be hard... I mean, I can't deal with Mythicals in Arena, so Lydia's not going to help you there anyways. Not a lot of champions will help you in that department. But Lydia's great. She's great champion, still very good even many years later. I'll give you Marionyx for Syl. Yeah, Marionyx, she had potential, but she's not good enough. She has potential though. Hey Sheeny, what's up, man? Frostbiter OP? Yeah. Hey, yeah, Frostbiter OP. Sheeny's the user of the frost set for sure. Or the Frostbite set. Big user. I was gonna say, I see Sheeny's gear, people with Frostbite. Yeah. I've seen Shinny use it too. It actually works. I mean, like sometimes I play against other enemy teams and like tag team, and then I'm frozen. I'm like, fuck, what the hell, man? I'm frozen. Stupid, annoying frostbite set. What champs do you use for Dark Fae? Dark Fae is pretty straightforward. You just kind of have to bring the right debuffs. So you bring decreased speed, you bring increased speed, you bring turn meter stuff. Turn meter stuff can manage the Fae. So if you bring like an allure, you can manage it. But the Fae is really fast, 250 speed. So you need a lot of turn meter stuff. One allure is not going to be good enough. So you can bring allure plus ally attack. You can bring 2 allures. You can bring allure cold heart. But allure makes it a lot easier. If you don't have allure, it gets a little bit more difficult. You could bring somebody like Visix. Visix is an A1 turn meter drop, for example. But speed down, speed up, turn meter boost is very important. Or turn meter deplete, like Lysandra. If you have turn meter deplete, that's good too. Herndig. Herndig is a DPS dwarf that drops turn meter. So you can drop the phase turn meter, which is really good. But lots of options. Phase, lots of options. Just getting the right team, and then she's actually a pretty easy farm. Sheenie's in the house. Sheenie's in the house, guys. Allure and Nut, yeah. Sorry, I missed Nut. Of course, Nut. Of course, Nut is just a better version of Allure. I forgot to mention him, but I try my best not to mention like Legos. People have a problem. Felja is OP. Yeah, Felja is actually really good too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's lots of different options. People can get creative with the turn meter stuff for Fae. But Fae's ending in like 1 day, so we only have 1 day left for Fae. So I did make a video on Fae. It's always good to be reminded of what to do for Fae, and there's always like people looking for advice for Fae, but Fae is basically decrease speed, increase speed, turn meter up, turn meter down, and then just some damage, like max HP damage. Or Ninja. Ninja is really good too because he brings the instant HP burn damage, but you have to bring some damage, like max HP damage would be good. Cold Heart's very good for the fight. She brings a lot. Lady Annabelle, worth 60, put masteries just for Bommel. You don't need masteries for Bommel, you can just bring Wukong to save the masteries. I did 50. I did her at 50 to do Bommel 50, so you don't even need her to be 60. But of course you need some stats, right? You need some stats, you need regeneration gear, you need some Wukong. If you don't have some Wukong, then you need War Master. You need War Master, yep. So I would go down to War Master. Mythicals are out, so Legos are free to play. That's a good way to think about it. Lysandra boost when this guy Lamb Sauce, man, he's crying and praying. He's praying for a Essenza a boost. Plarium, please give him the Essenza boost. Armand's is good for Fae. Yep, true. Armand's, yep. He's very good. +1 Fae or Keeper as a duplicate for Faction Guardians. I wouldn't +1 any epic until your Faction Guardians are filled. Although the Faction Guardians for epics are lower boost and easier to get. So maybe you can consider +1 Fane if you use her like exclusively for some content that really needs it. But otherwise I wouldn't really +1 most epics. I don't really +1 my epics so far. I haven't found a need. The only epic I really empowered was Obro. I empowered Obro to +4 because I was using her in Hydra and I wanted to see what her damage was like. But otherwise I haven't really empowered any of the epics. Rathlos is good for Fae. Yep. Any AoE damage to it is good. Doing some Shogun, thanks for your video. Awesome, nice. Yep, congrats. Is it worth to book Calvalax early game? Calvalax is going to help for sure. He's going to help for Dragon and all that stuff. He does have max HP hit. He does have speed aura. I'm not too sure. He does require good gear though. He's a damage dealer, but he's super squishy. He just brings damage. So it really depends on your account. I'm not too sure. I would rather book like a champion, like a carry champion but I'm not too sure if I would book out a damage dealer that needs support. Like, you know what I mean? Calvalax needs support to be good. He can't really do it himself. I don't know. I would have to think about it. What is the best approach? Scarab, hard, Dune Tower. What is the best chap to equip with Destroy set? Or does it seem to work? Destroy set and hard Scarab. Vergus is the best. Vergus is one of those champions that people use a lot for Scarab because he has a self shield. You build him with resistance and destroy with War Master, and then he can kill the Scarab in like 10 minutes or something. If it's Spirit Scarab, you bring Tarage. Tarage just crushes the spider because when Tarage gets hit, he drops poisons, and then the poisons just kill the Scarab. But of course, you need some gear, right? You need like regen gear and stuff. So, for Scarab, I think anybody with like a Blood Shield accessory would work, like with regen gear. He doesn't hit particularly hard, right? That's the thing. He doesn't hit super hard, but he's like obviously has a lot of control. So you either bring resistance, or you bring some kind of passive that deals damage to him. If you have a Skull Lord Vargal, Skull Lord Vargal deals like a disproportionate amount of max HP destruction against him, so you can kind of bring down his max HP shield faster, and then after that he just takes more damage from like War Master and stuff. So Vargal is like pretty good. I bring him in all my speed runs, so he like chops him down quick. Orin can solo 100. Nice. Yeah. Wixwell team is having whoever is holding the shield set the highest HP possible, an important part. It really depends. Like if your shield's getting depleted by damage from clan boss, that means you probably need a bigger shield, more defense, more A2 growing from Wixwell. So there's a lot of factors that you can approach. Would it be possible to see your preset for your Far Nut Hard team here? It's quite fast event without nut. Yeah, sure. Calvlex can go unbooked. Yep, Calvlex can definitely go unbooked because his passive's so good. UDK Armager and Destroy. Oh, okay, yeah, I did most of my Scarab stuff before UDK, so that's kind of cool to know that UDK works there too. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys the presets here. It's nothing exciting. It's nothing exciting, and it's you basically just have the ally protection or the ally attack from the Fat Man ready for the boss, so don't use it on the A2. I need to turn off the A2 for the Fat Man against this boss because a commenter today just said that if your debuff bar is full, the freeze doesn't work anymore, so he can't have a full debuff bar, so I can't have the Fat Man use the A2. So definitely remove the A2 from the Fat Man. That piece of junk. All right. Oh man, that sucks. I don't want to do that. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're doing 5. Probably do 6 to be honest, but I like the affinity advantage here. Yeah, so Seer, open with Karma Burn. Batman doesn't need to use this stuff. I'm only using 1 Creodin with the boost, so 1 boost here and then save the other one. Stagnite opens with decreased defense. Round 2 is just kind of whatever. Ferrican saves the ally attack. 1 Creodin saves one of the increased speeds. Stagnite does whatever. Round 3, Stagnite opens with the decreased speed. It's not going to work all the time. Doesn't line up all the time perfectly. Seer is not using this because I'd rather use an A1 for a hit or Karma Burn. Batman used this. I'm going to turn this off. And then this run should be a lot better. And then both Creodin. 1 Creodin open with the A1. 1 Creodin with open with the increased speed. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a particularly fast team, and I don't have particularly super strong gear on these champions. They're about 250 speed, about 300 accuracy each. Both Creodins are using Relentless. They're not crit capped. They don't have masteries. Like if Creodins have War Master, they'll definitely help, or Giant Slayer. They don't have masteries. Yeah, my Stagnite has War Master. My Seer has War Master. My Fat Man has War Master, and that's about it. So it's not an optimized team, but it works. I don't really care. Just gonna get it done. Like I'll do it while I'm at work, and yeah. Hey Rabble, what's up, man? How about super raids? Are they worth it? I mean, it helps with time, right? super raids made speed running dungeons a lot easier. Like you less emphasis on you know, going super fast, more emphasis on turns, I guess. Thank you for advice. Appreciate that. No worries. Okay, great. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for stream. I'm gonna pack it up here. I gotta get ready for work. Like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is my Discord. If you guys want to pop on by, get involved with me outside of YouTube and all that stuff. Nice little community we're building. We're gonna be doing a giveaway in a couple days. We have monthly giveaways, so we'll do that there. So yeah, we'll do that. If you guys are new here, we really appreciate a like. If you guys like the content, appreciate a subscribe. So any support would be awesome. And of course, thank you guys so much for participating in chat today. You guys made it super, super fun. Best of luck on your CVC moving forward. And yeah, we try to stream every CVC. So hopefully see you guys next time. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Really appreciate it as always. So it's great to have a good turnout every time we stream. So it's good. All right, guys. Have a good day. Have a good CVC. I'll see you guys in the next one.